I'm back again, and this time we're doing a Western inspired cowhide tumbler. I want you guys to start off with a white matte base painted tumbler, and we're gonna use the color Stream on a paintbrush to drag that alcohol ink around the bottom, top, and that one little section just below the top. We're not worried about getting those lines perfect just yet. I just want to get the color on the tumbler. Some of the sections I coat twice just to get the color payoff I'm looking for. Now I'm going in with the color Pistachio, and I want to use this color to create a patina effect between the Stream color and Pistachio. This color I definitely had to coat twice to get the color payoff I was looking for. You don't have to use the same colors I did. You can get creative with this step. I just want to make sure you leave a little bit of space in between each color so you have room to blend out your colors. Now let's do the bottom stripe. Don't forget to coat it twice. Now it's time to really make this tumbler pop. I start with Sunset Orange with my angle brush turned to the side so that only the tip of the brush is touching the cup. I'm trying to do thin lines here because we don't have a lot of space to work with. The next color I'll be using is Sepia. Don't be afraid to let your colors overlap. We're gonna make them overlap anyways. Now you'll see me going in with Teakwood. Again, don't be afraid to let those colors overlap. I'm doing a second coat of Teakwood because I did have quite a bit of room left in the white and my Teakwood ran just a little bit, and I wanted to make the blending process a little bit easier by evening that out. I'm now going back in with Sepia just to give this tumbler a little more depth. I'm now going to use a clean paintbrush and 91% rubbing alcohol to blend out that bottom line of Stream. For this step, I am keeping my brush against the tumbler until the alcohol ink is completely dry, creating brush strokes around the tumbler as it spins. I slightly raise my brush above that line to create the blending effect of the blues. You do not want your brush dripping with alcohol. You want to brush off any excess so that it doesn't create a run in your alcohol inks that are already on the tumbler. Okay, let's blend that line. We're using very little of the alcohol inks to ombre this upward. We're not going to make it touch the green, but we're going to lightly drag that color up. The only thing I'm adding to my brush throughout this step is rubbing alcohol. Let's do the same for Pistachio. Rinse your brush as much as you can of the color Stream. Press your brush firmly against the tumbler and let it continue to spin until you can get the desired look you are going for. I did go ahead and grab some fresh alcohol for this step. Okay guys, let's go on and blend out that top stripe. Try not to pick up your brush at all until that alcohol ink is dry. It'll almost start to look like the wood grain effect. Now I'm blending out that next stripe of stream. Say that a few times fast. Try not to get too close to that orange color. We're gonna need some room to blend that out too. I'm starting to get close to where the two colors meet. For this step, you're gonna very lightly drag your brush up above Pistachio. You're not wanting to drag it all the way into that next color, but you are gonna wanna drag that color out. I'm letting my brush with just rubbing alcohol spin around the tumbler in this one stripe. I really love watching this tumbler come together. Okay, let's blend the middle section. I'm gonna try to keep my brush pretty steady so that I'm not blending these colors all over the place. I do drag it up just a little bit to fade out the orange and to fade the reddish color into the orange. Let's do those top lines the same way. Rinse your brush and let's do that middle brown line. Okay, now for the bottom one. We're almost done, I promise. I know this is taking a long process, but it's all worth it in the end. This part's just a time lapse of blending all the colors together. I thought this was a pretty cool thing to include. We're not done just yet. Stick around. I'm gonna show you how I do my almost perfect black pinstriping. I picked up this nifty edging tool on Amazon and it happened to come with this attachment. I dip the paintbrush in black alcohol ink and slowly scoot it closer to the tumbler. It doesn't always come out perfect on the first try. I do have to dip it back into the black alcohol ink sometimes. Don't beat yourself up if yours aren't perfect. Mine weren't either. Try to keep your hand as steady as possible. I am applying some pressure on the brush as the tumbler isn't moving exactly even on the turn. We'll be covering some of those imperfections with Cowhide, so don't sweat it too much, guys. This is what the finished product should look like, and that part will be coming in part 2. It is okay for some lines to be thicker than others. That is exactly the look that we are going for. I'm not placing these lines in any rhyme or reason. I just placed them where they felt right. Oh goodness, like some technical difficulties. Try to start on the same side each time. So if your line does overlap when you come back around, that can be the side that we cover. Okay, she's about to be off to epoxy. I'll be back with part 2 to show you how to do the Cowhide. Thank you guys for watching, and make sure you're following me on social media, Texas Tumblers on TikTok and Facebook.